don't have that kind of wind in Dayton. So how do you get it to go? The motor wasn't strong enough at the time, so they had that tower with the weight to pull it forward. So if you'll follow me this way, I want to show you straight ahead. Yeah, I want you to look straight over here. Take a look at this. If you look, if you take a look straight here, there's Wilbur. There's the canoe. Yeah, I want you to take a look over here. You remember you talked about the Hudson River?
Hudson River.
There's the Hudson River. There's the airplane. There's the canoe. This is the tallest building in the world at the time. It's the Singer building, Singer sewing machine. And now, do you know what that is? You know what that is?
Again, can you say? What is that?
What's that?
That's right, Statue of Liberty. Excellent. Well, that airplane flew around it, and there's the canoe underneath it. The public looked at that and said, wow, look at that. It's flying and around the Statue of Liberty. Well, this canoe, this boat, you ready? This boat is right here. That's the boat you see in the picture.
Oh.
And I don't want to scare anybody, but if you look really close, Wilbur's still up there.
Oh.
That's not really Wilbur.
Yes.
Now, Wilbur doesn't live long enough for all that money that came in. He dies of typhoid fever, as I said, in 1912. But that money, they built a nice mansion. Let me show you the mansion. It's in Oakley, which is still a very fancy neighborhood. We give tours there. I went twice. And I remember seeing this shower configuration. It looks kind of weird. A lot of people think those two brothers are kind of weird. They don't smoke, they don't drink, they don't get married. Some people think that Orville may have had Asperger's on the spectrum of autism. Brilliant, but a social disconnect. And you'll hear some behavior later on that. But I found out it's not because he's eccentric. He's in pain. He's in pain because of this right here. If you look at this wall, we're looking at a bad airplane accident. We are now at Fort Myers, Virginia, near Arlington. It's September 17th, 1908. Orville's trying to get a contract with the United States government. And he flew the day before. He flew that afternoon. Now it's 5 o'clock. He has a passenger. That passenger, Lieutenant Thomas Selfridge, a 26-year-old hotshot Army Signal Corps guy. And when Orville takes off, he's at 150 feet. We know he heard a noise. He shuts the engine. We believe he's at about maybe 50 feet. Thump, thump, big noise. What is that? We believe the propeller broke, hits a guide wire, the rudder comes around, the whole plane falls apart, it crashes, and Lieutenant Thomas Selfridge dies. He's the first fatality in a heavier-than-air flying machine. Orville's not doing too good either, though. Besides his ribs and his pelvis, his femur, his left leg, is so smashed. When it heals, his left leg is shorter than his right leg. That's why one shoe is higher than the other. And he's using a walking stick. He's going to heal really well, though. You know, remember his sister Catherine, the one on the telephone? She's a school teacher. She's willing to compromise her position as a teacher to be with him the entire time while he's in the hospital. That's how dedicated she is to her brother. Where's Wilbur? Wilbur's in France. He's trying to get a contract with the French government. When he shows up, they treat him a little different. They say, flyer, flyer. No, liar, liar. You didn't fly first. Alberto Santos Dumont flew first. We saw him fly. Who saw you fly? Kitty Hawk Fisher. They didn't believe him. You know, the United States government didn't even believe the Wright Brothers initially either. But when Wilbur takes off, and he does that banking with wing warping, they go, ay caramba, no, that's Spanish. They say, magnifique, we are but children in aviation. The guy is like a rock star. Even his hat becomes a fashion statement. Now I want to say something about this guy, Lieutenant Thomas Selfridge, that just died. Besides being in the Army Signal Corps, he belongs to the Aerial Experiment Association, which is headed by Alexander Graham Bell. That name ring a bell?
Yep.
Mr. Telephone again. And he has an engineer on his team. Do you know who that engineer is? Glenn Curtis. Oh man, that guy was a spy. He knew the guy was a spy. He didn't crash the plane on purpose. He didn't want to kill himself. As a matter of fact, the United States government says, when you heal, hopefully you're fine. Next year, try it again. And that's when they got the contract. So that's what happened. Meanwhile, back at the mansion, 3 people live there. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. No, not the Holy Ghost. And Catherine. The father passes away, and there's only 2 of them in housekeeping in this big mansion. She's 52 years old, and she tells her brother, Orville, I'm in love with this guy. His name is Henry Haskell, sometimes called Harry. I went to school with him. He at Oberlin, near Cleveland. He graduated before me. He got married. His wife died. I'm in love with him and I want to marry him. He is so upset, he refuses to ever speak to her again. And she is so hurt because she loves her brother. And she loves this man.